evening and welcome to Voice of the Coast. I am Chris Hunter, subbing for Danica Foley-Long tonight. We're talking football today with our guest Kyler Paul, who just finished up his senior season with the Patterson Lumberjacks. But high school football not done for this young man quite yet, as he has been invited to participate in one of the All-Star, one of the high school All-Star games that goes on around the country, the Hawaii Tiki Bowl. Kyler, first of all, thanks for joining us and congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Contrary to the name, the Hawaii Tiki Bowl used to take place in Hawaii, but it has been moved to Orlando, Florida, I believe because of COVID. I don't think they played the game at all last year because of COVID, but now it's back and it is going on at Camping World Stadium in Orlando, Florida on December 20th. Kyler, let's get into the contact first of all. How did you get involved in this?
I had an amazing weekend with my travel 7-on-7 team, and then after that, I just checked Twitter the week after, and I just got the invite, and they invited me to go down there.
This was during the summer?
Yes, sir.
You were doing 7-on-7 with the team?
7-on-7, yes, sir.
Okay. How'd they get in touch with you? They sent you an email? And
They texted me through Twitter and gave me the invite and everything.
All right, very good. What do you know about the background of this, as far as the coaching and things like that? Who's involved with it? What's going on?
A lot of college coaches are going to be coaching me, telling me, critiquing me, and just trying to make me better for the next level.
And the game, as we said, is on December 20th. What do you know what the itinerary is like for the time you're going to be up there?
I know they have us enjoying ourselves out there, going on special events, and just practicing with the team, getting to know everybody, and just having a great time out there.
What kind of events do they have?
Going to the fair and little events like that out there.
Was it disappointing to find out that you wouldn't be going to Hawaii?
Yes, it was very disappointing because that was always been a dream of mine to go out there and just have fun and just be able to participate in something like this.
Who's going to be going with you?
My family, my mom, brother, sister, auntie, and dad.
Very good. All right, so you'll have a little bit of a cheering section, and as we said you saw on the graphic just a moment ago, the game will be streamed on YouTube. We don't have the name of the actual YouTube channel yet, and we're saying 2 games. That's what their website says. I don't know exactly how many people they have involved. Maybe they'll have enough people participating that they will actually have to play 2 games. But if you want to look in and try to find the game, I would look probably for the 12 o'clock game first, because I guess in advance, if they do 2 games, you'll know in advance which game you're participating in.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But what about as far as dividing up teams? Have you heard anything like that? How they do this?
No, sir. I haven't heard anything yet. They should be contacting me soon.
Now, your football playing career goes back how far?
To when I was younger, playing flag football with the Titans and just having a good time.
Okay. When's the first time you actually participated in full pad contact football?
Whenever I got into junior high and I started playing at Berg Junior High, that's when I first started putting the pads on.
And then on to Patterson High School. Couple of rough seasons. Kind of came together nicely for y'all this year. Y'all had a good season.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's talk about, and the reason I'm kind of going back, you had to get used to the idea of playing with new guys when you went to junior high, and then you switched. Now, interesting situation for you is that you started in Berwick and then you switched over to Patterson. So, as you went to Patterson as a freshman?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then you got the idea again of playing with a lot of unfamiliar people. But this is going to be a whole new experience where in just a matter of 2 or 3 practices, you have to try to get used to an entire new team. What is that like? As you kind of mentally prepare for that?
It's very, very competitive. Just going out there, earning my spot, and just getting to know my teammates and getting to know the coaches and just being familiar with the offense that's being ran.
How will you approach those practices mentally?
Just going out there working hard each and every day, just earning my spot and just showcasing my skills and my talent.
And it's going to be interesting not knowing who's going to be out there. You don't know the skill level either. You won't know just how good some of these guys you're going to be competing with are.
Yes, sir. I'm sure they're very competitive from all over the state. So just going out there and just putting on for Louisiana.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Voice of the Coast. Stay with us. Welcome back to Voice of the Coast. Chris Hunter subbing for Danica Foley-Long. Tonight we're talking about the Hawaii Tiki Bowl coming up in Orlando, Florida on December 20th. Two games, we believe, 12 o'clock and 2:30. Could be just one. The game will be streaming on YouTube. That information not available yet. We do know it's on the YouTube. And local athlete from this area, from the Patterson Lumberjacks, Kyra Paul, will be involved. They sent you your jersey early. Pull that down a little bit and let people see what that looks like. Yes. You'll be wearing number 11. It's got your name on the back.
Yes, sir.
Good look. And from what I understand, that's about the only equipment they're going to supply you with, right?
No, sir. They gave me some shirts, a bag, just special equipment like that.
Okay, but for actual game equipment, you have to bring your own
Yes,
pads
sir.
and stuff.
I have to bring my own pads and helmet.
Okay. You wear your Patterson helmet?
Yes, sir.
With pride.
Yes, sir. I will.
I've seen some photos from past games and some players who've already committed to a college program. I see some occasional college helmets out there already. That could be in the future for you, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir.
Who have you been talking with so far?
I've been talking with a lot of Division I coaches, La Tech, McNeese, Nichols, ULM, schools like that.
So a lot of Louisiana schools.
Yes, sir.
Any official offers yet?
No, sir. They've just been recruiting me, just talking to me.
Okay. Do you have a preference?
No, sir. Not right now. I really don't have a preference. Just going to the school that's going to showcase my talent and that's going to use me in the right way.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Some people might remember your brother, Samaric, played for Central Catholic and went over to East Texas Baptist. You haven't talked to them?
No, sir. I really haven't talked to them, but I went up to camp up there and had a great time.
What do you think you'll look for in a college?
Just the coaches showing me love, true love, and just being able to get on the field early to showcase my talent, and just a family atmosphere.
Doesn't seem like there are a whole lot of differences in philosophy now. Pretty much everybody's running the spread. They're throwing the ball around a lot, which as a wide receiver you have to love. But is there anything in particular about a team's style of play that you're noticing that might favor you a little bit?
A lot of the spread with RPOs and bubbles and screens. Mm-hmm. I like teams that run offenses like that.
And pretty much, it seems like pretty much everybody's running that lately.
Yes, sir. Especially
in South Louisiana. Okay. You just finished up your senior year at Patterson, we mentioned earlier. It was rough. I know it was rough for a couple of seasons there as the wins were hard to come by, but Coach Lockhart seems like he's got things going in the right direction now. Earlier, though, in your career, when it was just 2-3 wins, a real dry spell for Patterson, how difficult was it for you to maintain your focus and keep your eye on a bigger prize down the line?
It was pretty difficult, but I got it with my teammates, and we came to agreement, and we said no matter what the outcome was going to be, we were just going to keep working hard, keep giving our best effort, and try to win as many games as we could.
And then finally, this season, it did seem to start to come together. 8-2, I think, was the final record.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How did you, as a senior, and the other seniors approach this season coming in?
I just had a talk with my seniors, and we just said that we wanted to go out with a bang and we didn't want to go out feeling disappointed or anything. So we just talked to the rest of the team, and they followed up with us, and we just went out there and just played every game hard and physical.
I know in the playoffs that had to be disappointing, though. You played Donaldsonville, a district rival. You'd beaten them during the season, but weren't able to pull off a second win against them. Talk about that game, how that developed, and what was going on the field.
It was a pretty up and downhill battle between us and Donaldsonville. Just got to execute more on offense. Just stopping them on offense. We just got to come together and just keep working and just better defense.
And now for the rest of your senior year, you'll be running track in the spring. What do you run?
I will be running 4x1s, the 4x2, and the 100-meter.
Okay. Have you ruled out the possibility, if you make your college selection early, that you might try to enroll early?
Yes, sir. I will most definitely try to enroll early.
Okay. All right. Very good. Let's go back one more time. Talk about the Hawaii Tiki Bowl coming up on Monday, December 20th. You leave on the 16th, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's in Orlando, Florida, at Camping World Stadium. And if you want to check it out, it will be on YouTube. We don't know the name of the actual channel that it's going to be on, but I'm sure if you search Hawaii Tiki Bowl on YouTube, you'll be able to come up with it. And if we find out in advance, we'll make a note of it on the KWBJ Facebook page. So take a look there. Kyle, I appreciate you coming in.
Thanks for having me.
I want to wish you good luck at the bowl game and with the rest of your senior season.
Thank you.
All right. Stay with us. More Voice of the Coast coming up in just a moment. Welcome back to Voice of the Coast. Let's stay with the sports theme in the college sports arena. We're kind of making the transition from fall to spring. A little bit of football left, a little bit of volleyball left, but for the most part, everybody's done and getting ready to start into the winter sports. So now seems like a good time to give you a college honor roll, because we have got a lot of local athletes out there participating. So let's get into some of that, and we will start with the ladies in volleyball. Several volleyball players out there, including Yanni Johnson, who's just finishing up her freshman year at Nicholls State University, Central Catholic High alum. Yanni appeared in 18 matches for the Lady Colonels this year. She started in 6, and for the season, she had a total of 58 kills, 16 blocks, and 12 digs on the season. A couple of highlight matches. She had 7 kills was her high for a single match. She did that twice. 7 kills in a loss to Jacksonville State, also 7 kills, along with 3 blocks in a loss to McNeese. Over in New Orleans, Morgan City, former Morgan City Lady Tigers, Shadiman Holly, finishing up her second season with the UNO Lady Bucks. She started in 16 of her matches this year. She played in a total of 23 matches. Strong season. She finished third on the team with 145 kills. She also had 11 aces and 77 blocks, including 19 solo blocks, and that led the team. She had 9 matches in which she had double-digit kills, including 13 kills in a game against McNeese State. That was her high for the season. She also had a double-double just a couple of weeks ago in a very tough match against Houston Baptist. 11 kills, 13 total blocks. That's a mixture of solo and block assist, and she also had 6 digs in that game against Houston Baptist. I've got the Hawaii Tiki Bowl on the mind. Let's move along to Hannah Brister, a former Assumption Lady Mustang, also a former Northwestern State Lady Demon, but this year as a graduate senior, she transferred to LSU. She participated in the spring, did well, and stayed on for the fall. She played in 20 matches. She got 7 starts for the Lady Tigers with 114 kills, 23 aces, 61 digs, and 16 blocks on the season. 6 times she went double-digit kills for the Lady Tigers with a high of 14 kills. She did that twice, 14 kills and 3 digs in a loss to Iowa State, and a double-double match, 14 kills, 12 digs in a conference win over South Carolina. Her former Assumption teammate, Elise Smith, kind of took the same the same path. She started at Sam Houston State, but she has since transferred to Tarleton State in Texas. She had 21 starts in their 25 matches, 134 kills, 60 blocks total on the season. She had 9 kills in a loss to California Baptist, 8 kills and 4 blocks in a loss to Sam Houston. Over in Lafayette, Lauren Cantrell running cross country for the Lady Cajuns. She ran in all 4 of her team's event this fall. Her best finish, a 45th place out of a total of 83 runners at the Rice Invitational. She's still got some time left in her season. Also, one local bowler, Emily Price, former KWBJ employee and Central Catholic High alum. She's over at Alabama State University, where in one match she had a 553 series, including a 192 game at the Tulane Colonial Classic in New Orleans. She finished 61st out of 92 bowlers at that meet. She also had a 532 series with a 205 game at the Sam Houston State Track Cat Clash. She finished 72nd out of 107 bowlers, total bowlers in that. All right, let's take a break. We got more Voice of the Coast, more College Honor Roll coming up in just a moment. Welcome back to Voice of the Coast. Let's continue our College Honor Roll. Moving on to football over at Nicholls State. Got about a dozen local players, most of them just squadmen only, but the big boy, Jair Joseph from Assumption, was selected first team All-Southland Conference, starting 10 out of 11 games at right tackle for the Colonels. He was also a first team selection in the special spring season they did. He was second team All-Conference in 2019. Excellent career for Jair Joseph. One other player been getting some playing time for the Colonels. Nathan Hebb, true freshman out of Central Catholic, appeared in 10 games, mostly on special teams. He had a couple of solo tackles, also had an assist. Over in Lafayette, Jalen Johnson, another former Central Catholic Eagle. A lot of playing time for the Cajuns this year. He appeared in 12 games, had a few starts in there as well, 11 solo tackles, 9 assists. Got one more game coming up. They almost certainly, UL will be in a bowl. So some more play coming up for Jalen Johnson. What a season it was for Anthony Hernandez, former Franklin High star at Central Methodist University in Missouri. For the second time, he received honorable mention on the Heart South All-Conference team, was also honorable mention last year. Appeared in all 11 games at linebacker for Central Methodist with 67 tackles. That was second on the team, also 3 fumble recoveries and a forced fumble. A high of 8 tackles on the season. He did that twice, once in a win over Benedictine and once in a win over Evangel. Over in Mississippi at Millsaps College, Zach Clark, a former Assumption Mustang, appeared in 9 games as a defensive back for Millsaps with 20 solo tackles, 28 assists, also had a sack and a forced fumble. He had 8 sacks on 8 tackles, including 6 solo and a tackle for loss in a loss to Southwest Assemblies of God. 7 tackles, including 5 solos and a sack in a loss to Trinity. Going up north to Wisconsin, former Patterson Lumberjack Zachary Burke is at Lawrence University. He was a regular starter at right tackle for the Vikings. No stats, obviously, as a starter, but he did have a tackle, and that came after one of his teammates fumbled in a loss to the University of Chicago. And Zach got credit for the tackle on that play, so he did find his way onto the stat sheet. Coming back a little closer to home up in Arkansas, Josh Jones, a former Berwick Panther, is at Harding University. Played in 4 games at running back for the Buffaloes this year. 11 rushes, 38 total yards on the season. One big game, he had 6 rushes with 16 yards and a 64-7 win over Arkansas Monticello. Late in the year, Dejon Richard from Patterson High School, now up at Southern University in Hattiesburg. He's kind of bounced around throughout his season. Played a lot for the Golden Eagles this year with 94 rushes, 447 yards at running back, also and a couple of touchdowns, also 7 catches. But he really shined in the last 2 games of the year. 22 carries for 120 yards in a win over Louisiana Tech. And then last week, 16 rushes with 107 yards and a 29-yard touchdown in their 37-17 win over Florida International. I believe he's got 1 season left, so we will be watching that year closely for Dejon Richard. Teammate Josh Ratcliffe, formerly out of Assumption, played in 12 games, 13 tackles, 21 assists, 3 quarterback hurries, and a fumble recovery. And one more guy we want to get to, true freshman Garrett Stansbury out of Franklin, made the long drive or the long trip out to Arizona State University, where he played in 8 games as a true freshman for the Sun Devils this year. Had a sack and an assist in their 37-10 win over UNLV, so we'll be looking for a lot more out of Garrett Stansbury. Thank you for joining us. We will see you again next week on Voice of the Coast. Thank you again.